Hello there, and welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ungainly Titan. We're here on the Great Wall map, and I'm in the Fatherland, the Tier 8 Soviet Premium Heavy Tank. I'm not really a fan of the Great Wall map. It's alright, you can have decent games on it and stuff like that, but it really divides the team into completely isolated areas. Either side of the hill on which this segment of the Great Wall is built is essentially inaccessible to the other. The village is largely useless because it's completely overlooked by all the hills around it, so anybody who goes into the village and gets spotted is going to get sniped to death by tanks in the hills around them. And very often, before he's able to spot them back or detect them. In theory, you can pass from one side of the wall to the other there on the high ground there at the corner around, where it is, G5. But it almost never happens, at least not in the early game, because by the time people have gotten there from the southern approach, they arrive way ahead of anybody coming there on the northern side, either coming from the northern spawn or the southern spawn. So, and generally only one or two tanks ever go around that side of the hill. So if you go to that spot from the northern side, you arrive to a horde of angry enemy tanks who have just beaten your colleagues. Now normally I wouldn't take a heavy tank up here because it's very steep ground, it's very rough ground, it takes forever to get up. And then when I get to the top, I'm going to run into issues with gun depression because I don't have any, or I have very little, or I have a lot less than the mediums and the lights that are up here already. I'm also having huge issues at the moment with lag. However, at this particular occasion, I did not want to go down to the southwestern corner on my own. Just too much of a risk that I would meet too many enemy tanks. As it is, we're pretty light on this location as it stands. Since the team is lemming trained up the other side and pretty much met no opposition, they have detected the customary heavy tank guarding the base and protecting the artillery. Now, finally, that my command buffer has cleared and I've regained control of my tank, I'm going to help my allies here. They're being held up by a bat chat on the other side of this ridge, and I pause to assess the situation. And I see that the enemy are pushing our lone tank destroyer. So I think, right, if I come up around here, there's a good chance the bat chat won't be paying attention to me. And I might get a shot at him. Now, bat chat decides to vacate the area completely, so he probably needs a reload anyway. And he manages to clear the area before I get a reload. And the Fatherland has been putting some rounds in here. Somebody has anyway. And he had the better of that exchange there again, so he comes around. And I don't miss with that shot, and I get him tracked, which is very important because that means that we can now take him on multiples to 1. And we finish him off. The bat chat, I think, is going back to try and prevent the cap. Now the Conqueror would probably been better off going down to join his allies coming around the southwestern corner, but instead he chose to go up the high ground. So we finish him off, and I take a very solid hit from an on-rushing chieftain. So there's a chieftain at D100, however the chieftain gets ammo racked and that reduces the threat profile considerably. E100 with full health and he's looking at me, so I'm not going to do anything that might upset him. Or at least try and prevent him getting a shot at me. I keep looking at that VK4502B as well, but he's the other side of the mountain, behind the spur. Now that the E100 was actually looking at somebody else, I take the opportunity to put a shot at the side of his turret. I don't think I have much chance of actually penetrating the front of an E100, even with premium rounds in this particular tank. Now I've flushed a shot on the Love, and the M103 has gone past before I get the reload in. However, the Love doesn't move out of my line of sight, so we put one into the Love. And we're capping, and the enemy are in no position to reset the cap. This is another behaviour that just confounds me in all the tanks. it was obvious we were going to cap when most of those tanks that are between me and our own cap circle were at the corner down there at J1, and only one of them turned back to try and do something about the impending cap by our team, and we capped. However, I had a pretty decent game. Got a nice amount of silver, 2,872 damage, second class mastery. Metal Giant did contribute to some of that silver, and I came first by experience. So I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you again soon.